I'm not looking to be offensive. I really want to bring people together and get these
I
sales
know,
done.
but the word, I 100%, I see your vision.
How do we do
But
that?
somebody you care, don't say Jewish media and Jewish controlled media.
JM.
It's like there's no line that's been drawn, so people are playing with what they can get away with.
Take Kanye West, David Icke,
Nick Fuentes,
Alex Jones,
Alex Jones,
those
yeah,
extreme guys.
one as well. Yeah.
And then just to add to the list, Sneeko, Ryan Dawson.
Oh
Yeah.
he's a G.
The 9/11 expert.
Yeah,
It's literally people that seem to have right-wing ideas.
sounds like it's those people that are in tune with the natural order of things.
There's a war between wokeism and the left and traditionalism and the right.
They want everyone to think alike. They want everyone to have the same values, the same ideas, the same morals.
The West is a communist society with the illusion of freedom.
It doesn't have to make any sense. There's a very clear liberal agenda. I know you said you were leftist, but look at everybody who's been banned: Donald Trump, Alex Jones, me, Tate. All these people are going against the woke agenda, and they need to do something to shut it up because they're actively pushing this and they want everybody to believe in it. It's borderline communism at this point with information.
It's going to become illegal eventually for you to, disagree with certain things.
You've got some influence. If you're deemed a threat, they're coming for you.
Does social media encourage echo chambers?
Cancel culture is what creates that echo chamber, is what makes that echo chamber even possible.
I think that the social media companies do have the right to ban whoever they want off their platforms.
Do they, even though it controls information? I mean, social media is the reason that Donald Trump won the election in 2016. If information directly influences elections, then they should not have the right to be able to have a bias, because they clearly do.
Do the social media companies have a right to ban people?
Yeah,
They own it, it's theirs. So they should be able to do it.
The private companies or public trading companies, like, it's not government funded.
The problem is that they're only banning certain type of people with certain type of values.
It's like the mob mentality, isn't it?
It is mob mentality.
You get the mob on your side.
Yeah, it is
That's
mob
what cancel
mentality.
culture is.
It's the powers that be that incite the mob.
Yeah.
It's just saying that get them all riled up, you know what I'm saying, ready to go, you know what I mean, upset, angry. That's what they do. And they steer them into cancel culture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they do it through clips, taking things out of context, you know what I mean, asking you, you know how, have you seen the tactic that Piers Morgan uses when he's interviewing people? He doesn't let you finish. He asks you rapid questions, quickly, questions, inflammatory questions, very close questions, yes or no.
If you try to do that to me, first thing I would do is like, whoa, slow down. Don't give me none of that fast talking charlatan talk. Say that. And
but then he'll say something, but I'm not giving you charlatan fast talking, am I? I'm asking you a very simple question.
You're doing it right now. Slow down. Otherwise the interview's done.
But it's a yes or no. It's a yes or no, Kobe. We don't have to keep going around. Do you see that? That's exactly what he would say.
Turn around and be like, in fact, I think you're derailing things.
In fact, you're derailing a bit. Why are you avoiding answering the question? I can't wait. And by then, it's frustration now. Frustration sets in.
Try to frustrate you. Yeah.
It's kind of like programming people.
Yeah, it's programming people to think and behave in a certain way. So it's literally killing your ability to critically think.
Big tech has more power than big government, that they can censor the president of the United States.
Crazy.
Because Twitter is a private company, experts say the removal of the president for violating their rules is not a violation of the First Amendment. The ban, which many argue came too late, was also instigated in part by Twitter staffers pressuring executives to delete the president's account. One employee telling NBC News, "A lot of us are so happy and so proud to work for a company that did the right thing."
Big tech has got more power
than the government. Yeah.
In terms of censoring speech. They're basically funding the government.
The arrival of social media on the smartphone basically heats everything up. Yeah. It's decentralized information. There's no gatekeepers. Print, radio, television, for the most part, all highly centralized. Social media, you get citizen journalists, you get the forums, you get 4chan, you get Twitter. You know, ISIS is chopping off heads at the same time. You got Gamergate going on. You got, you know, people dropping red pills. And they started to freak out about this at 16. If you recall, the day after the Trump election, November 8th, 16, Facebook and Google and all of them come out, and it was actually leaked audio. I think Breitbart reported this, where they said, we can literally never let this happen again.
I look at Trump as someone who seems to side with right-wing ideals, right? Yeah. He seems to side with that type of thinking. And since the West is no longer promoting that, or promoting right-wing ideals, they're promoting the left. You know what I mean? They went as far as actually banning him off of Twitter. The powers that be want the country to, they try and steer the country to go one way, and then he's slowing it down. So, you know, they actually went as far as banning him off of social media, which tends to happen to every single person who doesn't seem to go or agree with the agenda.
I applied for a bank account at Chase Bank. They literally told me, don't even fucking bother. I applied, and before I could submit the application, a window popped up and said, like, sorry, like, you cannot create an account.
It is really here. Like, how is he meant to survive? Like
he can't even, like, bank.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can't even bank.
Not having a bank in in our times now is.
But can you see how that fear can make a lot of people say, you know, I'll just go along with the agenda. I mean, if it means me losing my bank account, it's not worth it. I'll just be quiet.
The YouTube strike expires. Guess what happens? They banned me from YouTube. Then they banned me from Discord. Then they banned me from Airbnb. They banned me from Stripe. I can't even remember.
Airbnb?
It was just emails coming in faster than you could believe. Ban.
So the Matrix, just the socials.
Oh, no. The Matrix presses a button, my friend. Yeah. And every app on your phone stops working. Uber. You name it. Uber.
Stop.
You name it.
Wait, you can't use Uber?
Well, I can use Uber. You just start a new account, right? But
yeah.
Oh, sorry, Uber. Catch me. But
your main account on Uber was taken.
They take everything from you.
Everything. Coordinated effort all at once.
Coordinated effort all at once. Every single one of them just goes, no.
You know, they can just do that to all of us now.
Yeah.
Like, this is real control, like real monopoly. Like, when they remove money and say, raw, you lot take this microchip to get food, otherwise this is going to happen.
The scary thing about this is how different the companies are.
Yeah.
It's like Airbnb, Uber, PayPal, Stripe.
Yeah.
He's describing a system, and he's describing a system with an intention, that has intentions, that has a purpose, that has a reason for it.
Also, I think even though they're in different industries, the one thing that links all of them is they are all controlled by apps on your phone.
Yeah.
Even down to banking is an app on your phone. If you can convince every company to have an app that runs on your phone, then you can control that app, which you can control that company.
Yeah.
So,
and we're only moving more into the technology with the crypto, Bitcoin, and all of that, AI, metaverse.
Yeah, we're becoming more dependent on technology.
Yeah. That means more control to them.
Yeah, the more dependent you become, the more you are controlled by them.
NBA star Kyrie Irving of the Brooklyn Nets shared a link last week on social media to a 2018 film that's been described as anti-Semitic, leading to a heated exchange with ESPN's Nick Friedel during Saturday's post-game press conference. And joining us is ESPN reporter Nick Friedel himself and ABC News contributor and Los Angeles Times columnist LZ Granderson. Thank you both for being with us.
All right, LZ, let's start with you here. For people who aren't familiar, don't want to tell them to go out and find this film and watch it or anything else, talk about exactly what he did. He tweeted a link. He didn't say anything, but he tweeted a link to this film that shows and says what?
That is basically anti-Semitic. Like you know, Nick and I were talking offline, like we're so sick of talking about Kyrie from last season, right? Dealing with the vaccinations and his logic. And again, here we are again, him trying to apply Kyrie logic to something that is pretty straightforward. It is an anti-Semitic film. There is no nuance, in my opinion. I don't understand why he felt the need to tweet it out. I think it is I think he is showing some awareness that he knew would be sort of controversial because he didn't say anything, right? He didn't say great film. He just put it out there and expected his followers to take a look and perhaps pick up what he was putting down. But Kyrie is, in my opinion, Nick, getting to the point in which the Nets as well as the NBA are going to have to start thinking about some serious discipline because he's using his platform not just to push conversations that are obscure, like the earth is flat, which he did not too long ago, but conversations that are dangerous. And as you saw with the graphic, we cannot afford that.
So he didn't actually say anything about the film. He just posted that he went to see a film.
Yeah. They're policing your thoughts.
Yeah.
What you're allowed to think, what you're allowed to post. Are we living in a free society or not? Are we allowed to think freely, to express ourselves, even if we are wrong? Even if we, even if you don't like what the other person has to say, even if you think what the other person says is bad. Because I just find it hypocritical because when I look at the songs that they're allowed to be played on the radio, like the level of violence in them, you know what I mean? The level of violence that kids literally consume. You know what I mean? Like if you, because one can argue for the other side. One can make the same argument for, okay, you shouldn't be rapping about this because it contains violent lyrics that could influence the other kids to go out and kill, to go out and do similar things. So why is that not banned?
What about the day we wake up, you can't access your bank account? This is what they've resorted to now.
That's the real fear.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That's the real fear. But then again, you see, then it goes back to that question. What are you willing to sacrifice to speak the truth? But the thing is, but the agenda, the agenda, let's call it feminism. The agenda is not interested. The agenda is looking at Myron like this. I don't really care about you telling men to become, high earners and all of that. It's fine. That doesn't necessarily go against the feminist agenda.
Yeah.
But try and tell men to start getting married. Now that goes against the
the...
You see, that goes against the agenda now. So they look at it like, telling men to kind of lose weight, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It doesn't necessarily go against what we do. So you're kind of okay to say that. Telling men to pursue and get money, that doesn't really go against what we believe in. You can do it. We'll give you that. Telling men to go and fuck 50 chicks. Woo, that goes exactly with our agenda. You carry on doing that.
Support that, man. Put them on top of the algorithm.
And then they're like, yo, hold on. What the fuck is that? Telling men to what? Get married. Oh.
Get married? What?
No, that goes against the entire fucking agenda.
What? Get Rolo in.
Get Rolo in.
Get Rolo in. We'll sort this out.
No family creation. Oh, shit.
That's better.
That's better. Oh. Fucking hell. Rolo, go in there and set Myron up.
He was about to unplug him.
I mean, like,
he was about to pull the
back
plug.
in place again. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that, you see, the feminism doesn't really care. You can eat as long as you don't rock the boat.
Just don't be so offensive, like, because I was thinking with Just Pearl, when she did that song.
Why can't we talk about without getting kicked off of YouTube? Now, I'm not saying Hitler was a good guy, but I kinda wanna know why. Now there's all these conspiracy theories, and the more they talk, I think maybe they're right. But I can't even listen to the convo.
Her point was about freedom of speech, and then she dropped Hitler as an example. Maybe she could have dropped somebody else as an example.
Don't have conversations in bad faith. Be honest and be willing to accept when you're wrong. Life begins at conception. This is a scientific fact. Why are we having a 2-hour debate about it? Men are physically stronger than women. This is a fact. This is a biological fact. Why are we having a 2-hour conversation about it? You have to ask the question after that. What's motivating this person to stay in this conversation for 2 hours?
Probably because they've seen a movie where women, or they've seen 50 movies where women easily beat up the man.
Yeah, this is that clown world where we are talking about.